That's a soundtrack to an E3 Death March. Okay, it's day one of E3, a wonderful, slightly nauseating blend of light, sound, and women who are paid handsomely to wear very little clothing. And already, we have the man behind one of the biggest games of the expo right here on our set, Cliff Bleszinski. I have to say, Gears of War, which you're obviously showing, I do not expect to see anything to impress me more than this game. I just wanted to say that and go on the record.
You know, Epic's known for Unreal Tournament, and you know, we wanted to create a new IP, something that's a little bit darker, a little bit grittier, something that's a little bit nastier, and that's what Gears of War it's all about. It's kind of a, you know, Band of Brothers meets Resident Evil, right? I love tactical shooters and I love survival horror games, so let's mix those chocolate and peanut butters and see what we come up with.
All right, so let's clarify one thing. This is not in the Unreal universe, is it?
No, this is a completely new universe.
Right, which is good, because then we don't have to, you know,
the thing about Gears of War, dude, there's no space aliens. There's no dropships, there's no caution striping, there's no lava, right? It's kind of its own planet, and everything's really, really dark, nasty, maybe a little bit violent, too.
Yeah, well, there's also a fair amount of profanity, as we saw.
Well, you know, maybe there's a few F-bombs here and there. But
yeah, there's quite a few. So, sort of take us through, like, what are the big features of the game? I actually got a chance to check it out. I mean, there's about 2 or 3 big things in it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the first thing that we're doing is having an amazing cover system, right? We're going to take cover, like, deeper than anybody's taken it before. You're going to want to get behind a wall, you're going to want to kick over tables, you're going to knock over pillars, and then you're going to see your enemies chip away at the very same cover, and then you're going to run in fear from these horrible bad guys, right? The second thing we're pushing is co-op. I'm a big fan of that kind of sofa experience of like, hey man, let's team up, let's take on these enemies, and co-op's just going to be huge. You're going to be able to play it on live. It's going to be really, really fun. The other thing is water cooler moments. I have no attention span, and I love games with memorable moments, so we're designing the game in like 5 to 10 minute increments. There's always going to be something new, something exciting coming at you, just moment to moment, non-stop, constant.
And which is interesting, because I think you did one of the first memorable moments in PC gaming, which was in the beginning of Unreal, when all the lights would go off and then the scar would come up. So I mean,
oh, you're flattering me, Adam.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was the moment everybody remembers from Unreal, was when the lights turn off, the scar comes out.
It was in the first hour, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, it rolls right at the beginning. We got the hooks in there, and we got people playing through it. And you know, that's the kind of thing we want to do with Gears of War. We want to have moment, and then make people talk about it, and then have people just kind of guide other people in the online experience and on the sofa experience to enjoy it together.
Now, okay, now let's talk about the enemies, because I mean, this also has some of the most inventive-looking creature design I've ever seen in a game. I'm sort of like, what's their backstory?
Well, the Locust Horde, one day humanity was fighting on the planet of Syrah, and all of a sudden just this army comes forth from the underground of the planet. And they can emerge at any point. They just burst out of the ground and start laying waste to everything. So you're not only fighting against like bipedal enemies that take cover and use suppressing fire, but you're also fighting against strange little wretch-like creatures and then giant 4-story tall monsters. There's really a full range in there. It's really cool.
Now, you're obviously using the Unreal Engine, and it's version number 3.
Unreal Engine 3.
3. Now, it's obviously really impressive, and also we saw it at the Sony press conference. What is it about this engine that seems to just make it stand out so much more than even like Source and the Doom 3 one?
Well, I mean, you talk to a lot of developers, and they're like, we're going to have to put 8 million people on this project, we're going to have to spend $500 million, and, you know, yeah, games are going to get more expensive to make, you know, you're going to need more people, but it's like, let's work smarter, not harder. Let's make better tools that enable the developers to rapidly prototype and get their visions on screen quickly, and that's what Unreal Engine 3 lets you do.
Now, the Xbox 360, obviously that's what Gears of War, it is only going to the 360, there is no PC iteration.
Gears of War is an Xbox 360 exclusive.
How are you liking working with it? I mean, it's like going through the process.
I've got an amazing relationship with Microsoft. I'm working with Howard Phillips as the gameplay guy over there. He was the guy with the bow tie, the Nintendo Game Master, right? Writing-wise, I'm working with Eric Nyland. He's the guy who wrote the Halo novels. And we go back and forth all the time about how the writing's going to play out, how the scripts are going to be, how the universe is going to unfold over the course of the game, and it's just been a phenomenal working relationship. So
this is a very story-driven game. I mean, do you think that like there will actually be a Halo killer on the Xbox?
Halo's an amazing game. Halo's over here. Gears is over here. So, you know, if Bungie sells a lot of Xbox 360s and we sell a lot of Xbox 360s, we're all happy and we all have great games.
Well, all I know is I'm waiting for next year.